While we celebrate the holidays, it's important for us to keep in mind that things are not where they used to be. We need to pay attention to our surroundings at all times. While I was traveling this holiday season, visiting family, I noticed some things, and I'd like to share them with you right now. It wasn't 18 to 20 months ago where things were normal. You went to the store, you found ample supplies, prices were not inflated, things were good, at least as good as they get. However, it wasn't very long after the pandemic appeared. Panic buying, disruptions of the supply chain, shutdowns of facilities that make food products. We started seeing the bare shelves in all the stores. The supply chain disruptions are a bit more complicated than most folks think. The truth of the matter is, the pandemic forced the shutdown of a lot of facilities, ranging from docks to processing plants to factories. A lot of the product that the people had expected would arrive at these factories to make things ranging from cars to food got redirected or were not made at all. Now, as demand started to surge, we started to see the fact that there wasn't enough product to get around to make the things that we were expecting. On top of that, you add geopolitics, a contentious election a couple of years ago, and things just start getting very convoluted. Furthermore, inflationary effects due to the actions of governments and the lack of the velocity of money have contributed to the problem. While I was traveling around, as I often do during the holidays, I decided to take a spin through a lot of grocery stores just to see what they were, see the status, see the availability of products. And what I noticed for the most part as of late December 2021 is that a lot of products are indeed available. As you can see here, canned goods, rice, flour, all readily available and in reasonable quantities. I did notice there were some gaps, some things were missing or in short supply. However, considering the Thanksgiving holiday, it's more than likely it was simply a rush for that particular season. There were people in the store, and the stores were quite busy on Black Friday, but they weren't ridiculous, and pricing had deflated a little bit. It was still at least double from where I had seen certain products the year before. I use ground beef and certain canned products as my benchmarks as to how high or low prices were going. But spices, canned goods, and a variety of other things, as you can see here, were available. I went through 3 different cities, as I did a few months ago, and I'm starting to notice products returned. The sporting goods store had a reasonable supply of ammunitions and other items, but not the way they used to. A few things did disappear off the shelves. Pricing is still inflated, but people were calm and going about their business, at least for now. This is in lieu of the possibility of the Omicron variant magically appearing on the horizon. But lo and behold, things were reasonably well stocked. I would recommend, while these times are good, that you make the effort to take inventory of what you have and fill in any gaps. As you can see here, this meat aisle at a Costco was well stocked, provisioned, the meat was fresh. The prices were a little higher than I would have liked, but at the same time, much less, how shall we say, shocking than they were a few months ago. Things ranging from bottled water to toilet paper were stacked out and available. There was no hoarding that I could see. This was a good thing because, let's face it, after 2020, we didn't need to see that anymore. I would advise, once again, especially if you have children, grab those Huggies diapers as you see here. Make sure that you have what you need in the event this new variant or any other incident occurs that will disrupt the supply chain again. Keep in mind that as of the recording of this video, there are talks about shutting down flights between nations. Now, as you can see here, this product, when I videoed this about a year and a half ago, was about half the cost. The meats have gone up, but there were plenty, a lot of processed foods. Now, I would advise if you're going to take advantage of leftover turkeys from the holiday, many were 30% off, some were down to $10 per turkey. I would get them and can them if you have the amenities and wherewithal to do so. Now, some things are still very much inflated. I received this text from my wife while we were separated at the store. I was used to seeing standard Clorox at $1.50, maybe $2, certainly not over $6. So this was a bit shocking, so be prepared for that. Be willing to accept generics. As I've preached and many others have preached, hit those farmers markets depending on where you live and what's in your area. They would be farm fresh, you're cutting out logistic costs in the middleman, and you might even get to network and meet a variety of people who can help you find resources and understand the areas you live. Take advantage of these times, stock up. God bless, be safe.